So we are reading At the Dark End of the Street, Black Women, Rape and Resistance, A New History of the Civil Rights Movement from Rosa Parks to the Rise of Black Power by Danielle McGuire. And our sessions it started June 3rd and they last until July 29th. They are from 6:30 to 8.
Okay, let's see. This is more of a I guess a philosophical question. You know, as I said, it was her maternal grandfather that taught Rosa Parks not to accept bad treatment from anybody. And in her family, he's the one that introduced her to Marcus Garvey and the teachings and all that kind of thing. So what do we do to our children when we enforce our power and authority over them with an iron fist? Can we nurture more Rosa Parks? Do we want to nurture more Rosa Parks? But can we do it? Are we teaching? What do you think? How would you answer that? What do we teach our children when we enforce our authority over them with an iron fist?
You mean teach our children concerning history or sexual violence? Like which
what are we teaching them about how to move through the world? Sylvester Edwards was very clear. You don't accept bad treatment from anybody. That's where Rosa Parks learned how to stand up for herself and how to stand up for other people. And my family was very much the same way. And it has stayed with me a lifetime. So when I see parents, and I'm in New York City, so you know it's overrun with people, and when I see young women, as I did today, just speaking very harshly to their young children, threatening them, cussing at them, you know, it's hard to imagine that that kid's going to grow up to be Rosa Parks.
And we don't want to silence our young kids by mistreating them, you know. I mean, being a parent, being a black parent, and then we're taking many different factors and these are the larger system, environment, unemployment, poverty, stress on the body, stress on the mind, psychological and emotional problems for women.
Mm-hmm.
It's a burden. It's a wear and tear on the mind.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely don't want to act violently towards our kids.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to be very patient and very gentle, and we have to also, you know, educate them about bad touch and good touch, and to speak up because you have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it has to be something that we have to start having these conversations with our kids at a very young age, particularly about bad touch and good touch, and allow them to express themselves freely and not silence them. Maybe we'll have more Rosa Parks.
I hope so. I know you don't have any children, Randy, but do you have any feeling about that?
I thought that what you said was interesting in terms of you seeing young mothers or women in general being very harsh towards their children. And it made me think about, I was just reading Bell Hooks' Sisters of the Yam. I think, yeah, Sisters of the Yam. And she brought that up about how parenting, black women tend to parent harshly, not because their child is bad, but because of how their child acting out is seen like through the public. Like, you know, you wanna prove that you're a good mother, that you're a good Negro woman, and so you have to make sure that your child is obedient, you know, and docile, and you know, responsible and respectful in public. And so again, I think that it's definitely easier said than done. But I honestly think that we as people, especially black people, internalize and project so much that we forget like what the problem really is. Am I spanking my child because they're jumping up and down, or am I spanking my child because of how they're making me look to this couple sitting across from me? Because children, just from my cousins, my younger siblings, they're not really thinking about, am I making mommy look bad? You know, it's not very, you know, it's very self-absorbed. They're just in their own head. And I think that we have to be, we have to be attentive and recognize when we are reacting out of projection, or when we're reacting, you know, or are we reacting because this child needs to be disciplined. And you know, I was spanked as a child, you know, and we laugh about the stories now.
And you turned out great.
Right, and I turned out fine, I think, you know, but I don't remember being like spanked just. You know, my mom was a young mom. He was 17 and she was 15 when they had me. And so, you know, young parents, I think they have a lot of more pressure, and it seems, you know, and black women, we tend to have children younger. And so there's a lot of more pressure to make sure your child is like a good child, because it's already a stereotype around you as a young black mother and young black parents. I don't remember really feeling like I was just getting hit for no reason, you know, or being yelled at for any reason. And I think because they were younger, they understood when I was just being a baby and a toddler or a child, and just being like inconsiderate. I don't know. I think that in terms of this history, I plan on, you know, I didn't really grow up with like black stuff. You know, like, I don't know, my mom, she hated that my sister loved like Barbie dolls, like you know, the little white Barbie dolls. But I think my sister loved the Barbie dolls more because they had mansions. You know, they had like toys and cars and stuff. And the black Barbie dolls, you know, the hair was all like messed up and you can't really comb it. And water touches it and you can't do nothing with it no more. You end up cutting it off. And for like little things I saw there, but I think I really want to be more proactive in terms of showing them images, representation. I didn't really have a lot of representation, and that's not. I'm not blaming my parents for that, because I don't think they did either. I don't think they really thought about it. But now I realize how representation, how important it is to see yourself in a positive image on TV, and in your toys and in your books. And so I think that's one way that'll definitely that I plan on doing as a mother in the
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.